Hi everyone, it's Tina here at Heal Universal again with the next video in my series. Sorry it's been a little lagged. I've had some situations come up in the past week, so now I'm going to be doing one a week. We did, last time we visited envy, we visited gluttony, what those things can do to you. Into the Life is a Gift 7 Deadly Sins series. We're going to go today into greed. Greed is a big deal because look at our society right now, what's happening due to capitalism. Every time there's a disaster in our world, there are people that want to capitalize on it, and that's everyone, because we're taught that being capitalist that's what America's built on. We're built on capitalism. We're taught that you capitalize on a situation, and you hit at the right time for your business, and you do this and you do that to make the best life for yourself. But what happens when that greed turns into hurting other human beings, which is why we're leading into greed being one of the 7 deadly sins. I'm going to tie it into the last 2 videos. So when we talk about processed foods as being one of those things, right? They used to put sugar in food, which is not the best thing for you, but now they put corn syrup because it's cheaper, right? And it's more to capitalize that profit margin. But in doing so, it's creating sickness in the body. And we are like, well, it's cheaper, so we have to capitalize on the sale, right? It's the same thing. So, and we don't think, no one's thinking about the consequences of what greed does to us as a society. So if I need to have more than you have, and we're in competition all the time, then that causes division and hatred and in cutthroatness and things that are not that are against our human nature. It's against us. It's against each other. Instead of working as a collective all together to make a better place, we're always working against each other for me, me, me. All is mine. None is yours. I must have it all. What if we could all have it all, right? Instead of, oh, it's mine, it's got to be mine and no one else's. It's got to be me. I've got to be the best. I've got to be the most. I have the best. I got to have the best sports car, the largest home, this, that, to keep up with the Joneses mentality, puts you in debt to the creditors. They put you in debt to the government. You end in a place of servitude for life. That's not freedom. It's a pretend. It's a pretend freedom. It's not a real one. So the other thing that greed does is it creates issues in every walk of life. If you're always striving to want more and more and more and more and more, and not being grateful for what you have, then it's going to create depression, stress, anxiety, all the things that lead to drug abuse, alcohol abuse, problems in your relationships, in your marriage, with your family, the breakdown of the family. Nothing's ever good enough, right? Nothing's ever good enough. That's what greed is. Nothing's ever good enough. When is enough enough? We're told that we can have it all. Sure we can. There's nothing wrong with that. But at the expense of what? So if we want to have it all, we got to think about how we have it all, and not at the expense of human life, and not the expense of humanity. Because that's one of the deadly sins that we're talking about this week, is how greed leads to so much more. It leads to human sex trafficking. It leads to drug trafficking. It leads to cartels killing people. It leads to the big corporations driving out small businesses who deserve to have just as much abundance as the big guys do. It leads to us not being free to create that American dream that we so lovely want, because we're being held by the fact that the greedy don't allow for everyone to flourish in our society, because there's enough for everyone. They teach us that there's not. They teach us that we gotta fight for that bone or fight for that scrap. I teach people how to manifest their reality and show them that there is everything there for everyone. because we're here for a purpose. And when we pay attention, slow down in our thinking, and learn to meditate and learn to connect to all that is, we're drawn to the right place at the right time to do the right things. We don't need to do this fight, dog eat dog, step on your neighbor kind of business that we've been doing in our society. You step on each other, right? Step on their toes. Who cares? You get yours. Who cares about anyone else? That's what we're taught in a capitalist society, and it's this has got to change in order to go forward in this new paradigm that we're trying to create. So I would ask you today that you think about those things going forward of what do you give out to receive back? You always must give out to receive back. Something should be an even exchange of energy. So don't be greedy. Don't be greedy with your energy. Don't be greedy with everything that's given to you. Give out. Give out. And don't do it with the expectation of receiving, because that's not, you won't receive in that way. So today is, that's what we look at today in the form of greed. I hope it made sense to you. The next one we're going to talk about is probably laziness. I'm not sure yet, but I'll let you know as time goes forward what we're going to do. But thank you again for tuning in to, this is Tina from Heal Universal with Life is a Gift series, the 7 Deadly Sins. I want you today to remember that life is a gift and wake up grateful for it. And if you feel the need to understand anything further of what I'm talking about, or learn about any of our services at Heal Universal, feel free to reach out at Heal Universal on Facebook. Follow us on Heal Universal with Love at YouTube. And you can find me at www.healuniversal.com. And God bless all of you for watching. And thanks again for all your support to all my friends and loved ones out there. I appreciate you watching. And hopefully we'll all get through this thing together, right? Because, boy, it's a crazy world out there right now. So band together, people, because that's what it's going to take. United is what it takes, right? Anyway, have a great day, and God bless, and may tomorrow bring blessings for you all.